Hey guys, this is for Cycle 2, Week 14. We had a blast today with two different science experiments. One was with pepper, and the other one was with aluminum foil. And you guys did so great with it. But before we talk about that, let's talk about our memory work. Hey guys, this is for Cycle 2, Week 14 memory work, starting off with history. Tell me about World War I leaders. So we start off with the end of the sentence this week, actually. So it goes, started in 1914 and ended in 1918. And so with this, we're just going to swirl our hands for started in 1914 and ended in 1918. And then we're going to say that 2 times. So started in 1914 and ended in 1918. Then the first part of the sentence is just a lot of names and where they're from. And so we're just going to do the first name and then we're just going to stick with that. So the first one is Clemenceau of France. So we're going to do a C for Clemenceau of France. Lloyd George of England. Then Nicholas II of Russia. We're going to do an N for Nicholas. Wilhelm II of Germany, and then leave the W up for Wilson of the United States. And then we're leaders. We're going to salute. We're leaders during World War I. So for that, you're just going to do W, W, and then 1. And then it goes back to started in 1914, ended in 1918. All right, so let's go through that really quickly. Started in 1914 and ended in 1918. Started in 1914 and ended in 1918. Clemenceau of France, Lloyd George of England, Nicholas II of Russia, Wilhelm II of Germany, and Wilson of the United States were leaders during World War I. All right, so that was our history sentence, and it started and ended with the same sentence both times. And then for Latin this week, we just repeated what we did last week and from week 1 and 2. So we know this one by heart at this point. We have OST, mustis int, OST, mustis int, OST, mustis int, first conjugation, present tense. All right, so that was Latin. Then for English this week, we learned the definition for an adverb. So for this one, we just patted our legs to the beat like this, and then we just sang the song and goes like this. An adverb modifies a verb, adjective, or another adverb, and answers the questions how, when, where, and why. And so what I said was the main part that I want you guys to remember is that ending part where it's how, when, where, and why. All right. So I know it's a long definition, but I believe that you guys can do it really well. Then moving to science, what are some states of matter? Some states of matter are solid, liquid, gas, and plasma. So for solid, we just made a fist. Then for liquid, we just waved our arms around for liquid. Then gas, we brought our hands up and we did like this, like spirit fingers for gas. And then plasma, we flashed our hands for plasma. And Miss Liz was so gracious to look up for us what plasma was. And it's like this bursting of stars. So that's why we've got our flash hands. All right, so again, what are the states of matter? The states of matter are solid, liquid, gas, and plasma. All right, then for math, we had linear equivalence. So we had 2.54 centimeters equals 1 inch. And for that, we just held this up the whole time when we said that. 2.54 centimeters equals 1 inch. Then 12 inches, we're going to hold our hands out like this, like we have a ruler in our hand. So 12 inches equals 1 foot. And then for foot, we just stomped our foot on the floor. Then for the next one, we ran in place. 5,280 feet equals 1 mile. Then our last one is 1 kilometer equals 5/8 mile. And then I forgot to say this in class, but there is a song that you can sing with this. It goes to the tune of A Spoonful of Sugar for Mary Poppins. So it goes 2.54 centimeters equals 1 inch. 12 inches equals 1 foot. 5,280 feet equals 1 mile. And 1 kilometer equals 5/8 mile. So you guys can sing that and do the hand motions, whichever one works for you. Then for geography this week, we had Baltic Europe. We were in these little stacked areas right here. So our first one was Estonia, and that is this orange one. Then right below it, we have Latvia. Right underneath that is Lithuania. Then we have Poland in this bigger orange. And then Belarus in the purple. And so with those, we used our markers to draw lines through them, put dots in them, color them, and put letters in them. So that was geography. Then timeline started off with Columbus sails to the Caribbean. For this one, you're just going to hold up a C, and then you're just going to have him sail through the Caribbean. So Columbus sails to the Caribbean. The next one is a new age. It is Age of Absolute Monarchs, circa 1500 to circa 1800. So for this, we do Age of Absolute Monarchs, circa 1500 to circa 1800. Then our next one is Protestant Reformation. For this, you're going to do a P, which is your two fingers right here. You're going to turn them down, put your thumb in the middle. Protestant. Then for Reformation, you're going to give me two fingers again, cross them both, and then touch your palms, and then cross them. Now, if this is too difficult, you can just keep your hands as a fist, and then just cross it like that. We're just doing the sign for change. So we have Protestant Reformation. Then our next one is Spanish conquistadors in the Americas. For this one, we're going to pretend like we are matadors with our big capes. So you're going to take your fingers and hook them, put them on your shoulders, and then just pretend like you're just going to hook them in front of you. So Spanish conquistadors in the Americas. Next is Calvin's Institute of the Christian Religion. For this, you're going to give me a C again for Calvin. And then for Institute of the Christian Religion, we're going to do the sign for Jesus Christ, which is you're going to take your hands out and then use your middle fingers to touch the inside of your hand. So Calvin's Institute of the Christian Religion. The next one is Council of Trent. For this, you're going to give me a C again, and then we're going to do that sign for change again, but keep your hands as a fist this time. So Council of Trent. And our last one is Baroque period of the arts. And for this one, we're going to pretend like we are decorating our room with bows like this all over the place. So Baroque period of the arts. All right, so we're going to go through that all together one last time. Columbus sails to the Caribbean. Age of Absolute Monarchs, circa 1500 to circa 1800. Protestant Reformation, Spanish conquistadors in the Americas. Calvin's Institute of the Christian Religion, Council of Trent. Baroque period of the arts. And that was it for timeline. And then for science this week, Like I said in the beginning, we learned 2 different experiments today. Our first one was called cold foot. And for this, we took off our shoes and our socks. And we had 1 foot on the carpet and then 1 foot on the cold floor on the aluminum. So it's like wooden tile kind of floor. And so we were able to see the difference between the temperatures. Our foot on the aluminum foil was colder than our foot on the floor. Then our second one was pepper run. And for this one, we had a bowl of water. We sprinkled some pepper in it. We took a toothpick, dipped it in some dish soap, and then stuck it in the middle of the pepper, and our pepper just scrammed all over the place. And so we tied that into learning about germs. But that is a fun experiment that you can do at home because I'm sure you guys have all of those materials at home. And then you can see if you get the same results and what you can do differently. If you can use your finger, if you use a spoon, what can you use that will still make the pepper go all over the place? And then lastly, for fine arts, for our great artists, we learned about Gainsborough this week, and you guys made a beautiful landscape with our sailboat in it. And I just love seeing you guys learn and bring all of those things that you learned from our first quarter into your painting and your drawings for this quarter. So that is it for week 14. I will see you guys back for week 15. Hope you have a great week. Bye.